in a cycle of speed right now I've never seen before. So, you could go through a messaging exercise and it's great for Q1, but it might be different in Q2.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about sort of that connection between marketing and working with partners.
It's essential. It's for me, it's one of our key pillars of our go-to-market.
Hey everyone, Chip Rodgers with Inside Partnering, and back to you again for another episode of Inside Partnering. And we're here in Palo Alto at the El Prado Hotel for the CMO Huddle. Yeah, great venue for the CMO Huddle SuperHuddle.
We're with a lot of great CMOs from all different size companies and talking about like the most recent challenges everyone's having and trends in AI, all the things.
All the challenges, all the things. So I'm so excited to be joined by Heidi Bullock, and Heidi is CMO at Tealium. And first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you having me.
For sure. So Heidi, I mean, your background, longtime marketer, and you were actually part of the original team at Marketo that just took Marketo to the moon back in the day with...
Great experience.
I mean, gosh, so many, we just saw Chandar, John Miller, you mentioned as well, is here, and Mike Stocker, and so many, just great people that are still in the market. And
it was a very special time. A lot of great people came out of that company, and I think it was the perfect combination of really addressing a key market need, perfect timing, and just very well executed, very high executing group of people.
We at SAP, we were an early customer of Marketo, and it was something that was completely different.
Yeah.
Great product.
Yeah.
So why don't we, so Tealium is just in the customer data platform, business, and you're always talking about Tealium is about getting the right kind of data, and with AI, data is so important, so.
What's been really interesting with Tealium is I think we've always been very successful in the customer experience space, also even for organizations that need to collect clean consented data maybe for compliance. But now with all the AI initiatives and efforts, we're seeing a really big uptick there because I think people are recognizing your AI outputs are only as good as the data going in, and people need that clean consented customer data real time, not only for the LLM, but if they want to activate on that, that's also critical. So that's a really interesting area for us, and we're seeing a lot of excitement and a lot of interest there.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and you've announced actually some interesting partnerships with Databricks recently, and Snowflake as well, and yeah.
Databricks and Snowflake are big partners. Others will be announced shortly, because I think one of the things that we've spent a lot of time thinking about is a lot of people house data in their cloud data warehouse. It's the system of record, that's great. But often people also need data that's in real time, and those two together are really the perfect complement. So that's really what I think we're seeing a real need for in the market. People need experiences and the ability to act on it in the moment. For example, you might have an AI model running on your phone. You want to be able to respond to a situation in real time, and that's going to be important. And so I think we see the scenario where you want to complement what's in your data warehouse with what's happening either on your mobile device or on your website.
So let's talk a little bit about your role, CMO, and leading marketing. But of course, Tealium does have some great partnerships as well, and our audience is a sort of partner audience. So talk a little bit about sort of that connection between marketing and working with partners, and how does
it's essential. It's for me, it's one of our key pillars of our go-to-market. It's for us, I think a lot of what we do, I think this is the way I look at it. If we were to do everything on our own, it would take so much more work, time, energy, and no company that we sell to is just thinking about a singular technology. So all the people that we work with, they have a Databricks, they have a Snowflake, they run on AWS. And so it's easier and more effective for us to partner with them and highlight a good joint go-to-market solution that also is very specific. I think that's important. We can't just say, hey, you can do all the things. I mean, even though that's technically true, I think we've been successful in trying to focus on core competencies with AWS, highlighting specific use cases, that's been really important. But for my organization, we work so closely with our partner team. They're critical for our success.
Yeah. That's really true. I think that it's an amplifier, it's a multiplier, right? Working with partners.
Multiplier, that's right. And again, I think you can always think about doing everything independently or on your own, but especially in the larger enterprise, it's just going to make everything a lot simpler. And I think it's a language people already speak, right? It's like when you're talking to somebody that's already running, Snowflake or Databricks, they understand that world very well. And what we're saying is we're not replacing that. We plug into that and make your outcomes better.
That's terrific. So you mentioned the AWS and cloud providers, and I know you guys, Tealium has a strategic collaboration agreement with AWS. I'm curious about that. Sort of as a go-to-market channel. How do you?
Yeah, and we've spent a lot of time and energy really working on that. I mean, a lot of credit goes to our partner team. I can't take credit for that, but it's been very, very helpful for us in establishing credibility, not only with AWS, but for all our customers that run on AWS.
Marketplace, I think, also is a critical component as well. How, as a marketer and as a marketing team, how do you see that? Are there things that you're doing to sort of have that as an additional?
It goes back to my earlier point. I mean, we definitely are on the marketplace. I think for us, the key to success there has been having targeted specific solutions so that they're, like the AWS sellers, it's clear to them and it's clear to the market. Again, if things are too broad, I think we're gonna, it's a busy, noisy time and it's easy to get lost. So the more specific you can be, like having like key competencies, like obviously we have a travel competency. We have a lot of different ones. And I think getting specific with use cases has been important.
So that's really interesting. I think use cases are like when you get to the use or industries, right? Industry specific solutions and then use cases in there. How that can just explode just in terms of content and messaging. How do you sort of think through all that process?
Do it all with AI, Chip. No. So I think that we spend a lot of time with customers, with partners to understand the value props, the key pain points, and then we formalize that. And then honestly, we are using AI to scale a lot of it right now. But again, like we vet it very seriously first and make sure that we're not just internally saying, this is the perfect answer to a problem nobody has. We really vet it. Yeah.
So working with customers, of course, and partners, I think that's always the key, right? Because they've got
doing it. Like I think a lot of people
they have the challenge.
Yeah, but actually like making sure that it's not, I just talked to one customer. It's like we talked to 20. We really made sure that was, we're hearing the same set of things, and we feel like we have a real answer to a real problem somebody has. Yeah.
In terms of go-to-market and messaging with AI, I think today. It's a challenge, right? Things are changing so quickly.
Noisy. I think one of the things that we're hearing at the conference is, everyone's afraid of AI washing. Even companies that have true AI capabilities, it's just that's the thing that's top of mind and everyone's using that right now. And I think that's what I like about where we're at. It's, we're saying, what you need for successful AI is the data. And you also need the right frameworks and the business rules where, Tealium provides a data layer, and that's essential, like for any of the things that you're going to want to be doing with AI, right? You want the business rules to be followed, the data to be processed and treated in a way that it's good quality going in and you'll get good quality going out. So
that's critical.
It is critical. But as far as the messaging around that, I think it's hard, and I think we have to keep evolving as the market continues to move very, very fast. I think we're in a cycle of speed right now I've never seen before. So, you could go through a messaging exercise and it's great for Q1, but it might be different in Q2.
Yeah, that's right. Change completely. It will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is just, I think there was a sort of some strategy sessions earlier today. And
Yeah, and so some of the more interesting ones, one was on how marketing teams are thinking about their organization and how it's really changing. And one of the things that we're seeing is people having AI agents as part of their team now. So you might see an org chart where there's 5 or 6 marketers, but now you have agents as well. And so that's been something that's new and I think is evolving. I think a lot of people are still figuring out how AI works best within their organization, and some people are very advanced and have a lot of workflows going, and I think most people are still figuring out the best way for their teams to embrace AI. I feel like I've said AI a lot, but
not a surprise though.
It's not a surprise. I think it doesn't matter the strategy group I've been in, that's the topic that's come up the most, yeah.
Well, and I think marketing actually is an area that has really embraced AI more quickly than even other areas.
It's true. Gartner recently, somebody was just quoting this stat that they said that marketing teams have adopted AI faster than any other groups, almost because we've had to as well. I mean, I think that a lot of the consulting firms have said, it can make marketing so much more efficient. The CEOs hear that. Everyone wants to be, save money and be more efficient, and I'm excited. I think it takes away a lot of the tasks we don't want to be spending time on, so I'm looking at it in that way. So efficiency first, and then thinking about more of the productivity as kind of like step 2. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Heidi, this has been really terrific. I really appreciate you taking some time today and sharing your insights and all the things that are happening at Tealium.
Of course. Thanks for having me, Chip.
So thank you all for joining as well, and thanks for joining another episode of Inside Partnering. Make sure to subscribe on Substack, and we'll see you next time.